Hello guys, today we are doing interesting one. What if Moldova makes its empire? So we have done some nations articles and let me paint those nations in who have done their empire in our series. Wait, YouTube, my channel, video, Norway is in there. China's Roman empires that don't count. Estonia Empire. Greenland Empire. Vatican City. That's this dot. This have done its empire. Now Slovakia. You have done empire. Alaska. You have done empire. United States. You have done empire. Now Belarus, you have done empire. And yeah, those are for now empires map. Let me save this to empires done. Yes. Now uh, new open. Now map shot. And let's do Moldova Empire now. With Russia-Ukraine war, let's say that never happened. And well, now we are on this interesting part. What is Moldova is fully surrendered more powerful nations than they are. So they could easily collapse. But today they are tougher. That means they can even finish off all the Europe if they wanna. But they actually don't wanna do that. They gonna go first against Romania. Of course, they actually want to join Romania, but with some lands on they can't. So they instead just push in Romania as they wanna become empire. So they captured already capital and yeah, all of Romania. Well, let's see how much Moldova takes of Romania. All the nations seems like lost. Alright, that means who is next warrior? Well, Ukraine, you had some nice days before, but now Seems like your army isn't doing so well because Russia-Ukraine war never happened, so you didn't gain many tanks of Russians and even supports of Europe. So you just collapsed under the Moldova rule, and you needed gave away those lands. So many important cities were there, but you still have some important cities left. So that's great for you. But Moldova expanded a lot, and they are even interesting shape. Now they invaded Bulgaria, pushed in Bulgaria, captured the coastline, and even Sofia, what is Bulgaria capital. So Bulgaria just surrenders. Now this made Moldova even more powerful than used to be. They're expanding really heavily. Now they even made giant war against their major neighbors. Even Greece is in there. And they asked Turkey help to invade Greece. So Turkey joined this. They firstly started pushing in Greece, and here they cut the said half. The Moldova started pushing in the other countries, capturing Macedonia fully, the Kosovo, and started pushing in Serbia. As the Turkey pushed in Greece, making Greece surrender. Now Serbia surrender. Well, now pushes in Hungary were made. Now Hungary has been got the half. This half surrenders. Also, their capital is lost. So full country surrenderment. And Slovakia, your pushes were started to form up. And you're lost. So now we can see Poland pushes started. Moldova is richly pushing in Poland now. And well, Poland, you aren't even stopping them. So let's do peacefully. Let me show you guys. Now Poland lost major their lands, and some even lost their independence. And Cyprus, with you, you are fully Turkish now. And Turkey expanded themselves on those borders of sea. They gained land borders too. Now, so many lost their independence, but some still can hold their independence, like Poland and Ukraine. But Belarus got new neighbor, that's Moldova. And well, you can see unitement of those five countries under the name Moldova. Now, Moldova expanded heavily, and with Slovenia, you did look like Cyprus, and you just joined it. Well, now what? The, the Poland part of Russia, the Kaliningrad, and well, Lithuania said that the part of Kaliningrad to them back. Kaliningrad just made sure they doesn't exist anymore, so they made their government fully collapse. Now, order changed. Well, Poland got some lands back after this war, but some are still lost. Russia, you got the new state of Belarus. Now, Ukraine, you got Belarusian lands, but you made them own states and that. Now, with Moldova, you made this shortcut Waltz Russia and made they have their own flag too. Now, with Russia last ally, we can see Russia just select lands to Latvia and Estonia to make them his ally, but they refused this. They just wanted to get Russia really weakened. And this actually happens ritually. And well, we can see nextly Czech Republic joined at this union of Empire Moldova. Now we can see Moldova from Mediterranean Sea, Black Sea is really close to Baltic Sea. The only countries blocking him is the Baltic Sea nations who made their own alliance that is made to secure Baltic Sea of the nation of Moldova. That means that they are securing this. Even Ukraine is in there. They didn't want Russia yet, so instead this happened. And well, this happened. Seems like Russia isn't done with them. So they are pushing in Lithuania already. Interesting. Capturing all Lithuanian attackments of the Belarus and even Poland too. Now we can see that Moldova managed to get on Black Sea connection and pushing even further. Now with this, Russia made really heavily pushes closer to Kaliningrad and even cutting the Moldova of Kaliningrad and capturing Kaliningrad. Now With Ukraine, your position is made. Russia is pushing in you and captured Kiev, and even those regions rebel against you. So major cities are lost, but still some stands. With Finland, you're pushed back, but Finnish, you start to push back. Russia too. Now Russia made these pushes. Estonia, you're pushing back to the. This made your borders really back similar like they were. And Latvia, you started to see pushes back. Now, sorry for guys, my brother is really loud. Now, with Ukraine, your showed up pushes back too. Also, you surrendered. Latvia, Lithuania, and Estonia surrendered also of Russia sides because they had no chance. Now, now with this Maidan, there's only some left. Poland surrendered. Sweden just quit it. Norway, same thing. And then Denmark, same thing. Germany just surrendered. And there's only Finland. Now Russia army started to show up moves to closer Finland. As this time with Moldova, you just ended this war of yours and expanded heavily and even allowed Germany gain Poland's all Poland borders what is left. Now these borders expansion were made, but Russia didn't stop with that. They wanted fully own Soviet borders, but they actually can't because Moldova is blocking this. So instead, you just push it further in Finland. Now, with Finland lost Helsinki, Finland just surrendered. And well, Finland, you didn't lost really much lands. You lost literally small land numbers. So you still survive even if you lost lands. But there is more pro-Russian governments now in the EU. Now those lands were lost. Now Russia gained those lands, even Estonia and that. Well, now Russia, you have annexed Baltic Sea connection. Well, now what you gonna do? Well, you didn't want to stop there because you had still things to talk about with Moldova. You just asked nicely to buy off some lands of Moldovas. Moldova refused this, so you instead started show up military troops on Moldova border. But Moldova is already stronger than you. They are already more powerful, so instead you annexed almost all other Soviet borders except Moldova. And well, it also didn't help. So you just leave at Moldova surrounded with your troops on their border and leave at they stay as own thing. Well, we can see Russia borders expanded really much. They are owning almost all the Soviet borders. Almost. Now they started even further expand. They are expanding to the they have Soviet Union. So they are making the pushes of Soviet Union. And well, they are on issue. They can't really do all Soviets back because the Soviet Union don't have all the Ukraine and even don't have the Moldova state. So there's no Soviet Union before they are in the lands of Soviets. So you were thinking how to make Moldova want to be more Soviet and sell their lands, even capital lands, away. Well, it were useless. It didn't make them to do that. So you're just staying without them being under your role. So instead, you just got Finland's lands, but were enough to replace Moldova, but not enough for Ukraine. So you just even parts of lands of Finland and even Norway's lands. But still, it isn't enough. So you just leave it this to be. You got enough usage. But you started talking for against Afghanistan. To the Afghanistan government just gave up and gave it to Russia those lands. And well, Afghanistan is richly weakened. But it doesn't matter. Even Iran just sold lands away, even without war, because Iran and Russia were allies. Now, this is made better borders, but still, it isn't fully enough for Soviet Union. Now, even Crimea is lost. So, instead, they purchased lands of Turkey, and this made even Moldova parts lands of Turkey. Well, even Cyprus were lost. Yeah, This made even that. So those borders we done now. We can see the last thing what happens where this thing two wars against the Turkey. Now two side war. It's showed up that Turkey doesn't hold their government really well. Their capital is already lost. So instead, with war, they just surrendered. Now, with Cayman's capital still stands on Turkey, but the borders were on their capital. So if they're invading, the Moldova they lost really easily the capital. Even Syria got lands. So these were replacement of lands successful for Soviet Union, but not all them Ukraine lands were replaced. But they're close now. This empire of Moldova just standard now duty. You can see those Germans just joined the Moldova. Well, Moldova got even more lands and more power. So now we can see even Austria joined Moldova. And well, here is Puff European Empire who claimed war against Russia. And well, Kiev is lost, Kaliningrad pushes started, and well, Minsky plan the captured were started, and even pushes from not Kaliningrad, Crimea were made. So we can see these pushes were made, and well, also Minsky is captured. What made these troops capturing not Poland, Lithuania's capital. And well, then they started circling the Russian army in, and well, this made Russia really heavily losing duty. They just surrendered. Well, claimants is interesting. They claimed heavily in Russians' lands and even Republicans' lands of Ukraine, Belarus, Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania. They're only lands what they claim it. And well, this sends up the Moldova Empire too. Let me finish those borders up for you guys. 1 second. So here it is. Moldova Empire fully made from the seas of the Atlantic to Baltic to Black to the Mediterranean Sea. Hopefully you guys like it this and see you in next one. Bye.